Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Raid News with Ash. Sorry, your boy's a little bit under the weather today, but I'm coming at you with a Raid News nonetheless here. We have a Progressive Chance event kicking off tomorrow, September 9th, as well as an additional one on Wednesday, September 10th. Let's take a look at the champions. All right, guys, so kicking off with the Tuesday event. This is the Tuesday event first. Who do we have here? So we have some good ones. Elva Autumnborn. We have Grand Oak Podrick. We have Nekmothar, Mighty Ukko, and Morrigan. And then from the Void Shards, we have Senna Amberheart. We have Lady Noelle, and we have Zincheska Grailbearer. So, again, some really solid choices here. Let's go through some of our favorites. Well, Elva, they're all actually really good, huh? Elva is amazing. She's one of the better revivers out there. A 3-turn revive, great heals, increased speed with a cleanse, with a block debuffs, all on a 3-turn cooldown on her A2. Really, Elva is still one of the premier single-target revivers out there inside the game because of how much extra utility she brings to the table in addition to her 3-turn revive. We have Grand Oak, man. Grand Oak is just one of the better all-around supports, ally attackers out there in the game, really. From his passive, where he's putting these essential buffs on the specific type of champion that needs them on the Grand Oak's magic at the start of his turn. Really, really good. And then we have the Cleanse, the Turn Meter Fill, and the increased speed on the 3-turn cooldown. Then the ally attack on a 4-turn cooldown on his A2. Plus, there's actually a lot more, right? There's decreasing the cooldown of a random ally skill on his A1. So Grand Oak, I think, is PvE, I think, is an S-tier champion. Elva, I think, is very close to S-tier herself. Certainly A+ for Elva. I would say Grand Oak is an S-tier PvE champion. So dynamic and so unique in terms of everything that he can do that, frankly, not every other champion, no other champion, rather, in the game can give you what Grand Oak can. Nekmothar, he's a great control champion, an increased speed champion. He's an extra turn champion as well, and he's a great trial champion for Chimera. For me, Nekmothar really excels in 3 areas. That's Hydra Clan Boss, Chimera Clan Boss, and wave content in general, right? With an AoE on the A1, an AoE on the A2, then the extra turn increase speed, turn meter boost on the A3. Very good champion. Speed, all battles. Aura, Rune of Haste, a really useful passive that synergizes with the rest of his kit very well as well. Mighty Ukko. Mighty Ukko is still a really solid champion as well. I think a very dynamic kit and a very interesting kit compared to the other revivers in the game, frankly, right? We have the revive that it's kind of annoying to me because it places increased speed even if nobody's dead, and I always find that increased speed on the 4-turn cooldown just isn't worth it to be autoing into that ability when you need the revive. That being said, an AoE on the A1, an AoE on the A2, similar to Nekmothar, but only with the revive. Buff steal on the Totem Mortem passive, protected buff steal, very unique and very powerful. And then we have the speed in all battles, 20% on the aura, the buff removal, the block buffs, the increase accuracy as well, or excuse me, decrease accuracy rather. Really powerful kit here. He used to be just phenomenal in the arena as well. Can certainly still use him there, but especially areas like Hydra, where block buffs is, you know, basically mandatory or close to. Mighty Ukko really shines there. Morrigan as well. Morrigan is a very interesting champion. I like her a lot, actually, although I don't think she's the same tier as the other champions on this list. She has Velomancy? I'm sick. I'll blame it on that. Turn meter decrease and increase on the same ability with the increased speed. Really nice kind of opening arena move. She's nice and fast too with the 112 base speed. And then she has this steal all buffs ability, which I really, really love. But most importantly, she has the heal reduction, right? At the start of each turn, she plays 100% heal reduction for 2 turns on the enemy with the lowest HP, cannot be resisted, transferred, spread, or have its duration decreased. By far, I would say the best and most effective heal reduction champion on Amos here in Morrigan. So certainly some utility you can get out of her kit, although maybe a bit more niche on the others. Senna, Lady Noelle, and Zincheska Grailbearer. Listen, without pulling them all up right now, Senna is certainly S-tier, especially when we talk, as I pull her up, especially when we talk about Chimera Clan Boss, right? Because she has one of the best speed boosts in the game on her passive. Whenever continuous heal buff activates on an ally, fills the turn meter of all allies by 5%. That's just busted. She brings continuous heals, increased speed, great in a protection set. She's one of the best revivers specifically for longer battles where you can really take advantage of that passive out there in the game. Lady Noelle, oh, she's one of the GOATs, one of the best fusions we've had in the last couple years, in my opinion. She has the best revive in the game, I will say. certainly can't find anything like this out there anywhere in the game. An AoE 3-turn revive with a freeze on enemies, right? AoE revive on a 3-turn is incredible to begin with, but then freezing all enemies at 100% on a 3-turn, that's busted. That's busted. She can also cure sheep. She has great support kit. Very good Sir Nick companion champion. Quite a bit better when you run Sir Nick alongside her as well. Even though he's not the best champion, they both get a lot better when they're on the same team. Inceska Grailbearer is kind of the, I don't want to say forgotten, but she's, I feel like an AoE decreased defense, weakened 3-turn cooldown champion that people don't talk about enough, frankly, in the game. She has a nice AoE. She can deal a little bit of damage, too, which is nice. She has a very interesting Fumes of the Grail where you can speed boost your lead, your damage dealer, your Trundus, whoever, and then that AoE decreased defense weakened that also ignores block debuffs on her A3. I think she's a sneaky, unorthodox, kind of off-meta choice in the arena as well. A lot of people aren't prepared to how to deal with Inceska Grailbearer. Really nice choice there, and a very versatile champion as well. So I would go with, in a vacuum, Senna, and I would go with Grand Oak as my 2 choices. But of course, as always, it depends on where you are in your account, what you need on your account. Let's go to the next day. We have Freya, Balar the Lost, White Queen Ancora, Underpriest Brogni, Ultimate Death Knight. Then we have Naime Spear of Nyresia, Sophirian, and Warlord. Man, whew, this is nasty. They're really loading up and stacking up those great Void legendaries here, especially as we get to Wednesday's event, right? Freya, I think she's incredible. She's incredible. She's very underrated. She's very good, and she's very versatile. Really an incredible support that can deal damage, too. She's one of the better, a nice AoE on the A1. She has a great failsafe that protects somebody and keeps them alive, right? Prevents the death of the ally with the highest crit damage, except this champion, then keeps them alive with 1 HP when they receive a fatal hit. And that's on a 5-turn cooldown, right? She brings so much to the table. A full cleanse, a block debuffs, a turn meter fill, and a great big shield with an increased defense and some damage. She's really good. Balar the Lost is a very fantastic poison combustor and a poison specialist in the game. He's really one of the better ones out there. That being said, I think that he's not a necessary champion, especially if you already have an Eleanor, a Xavia, a Theodore, or whomever, an activation team built on your account. That being said, he's very good. I've been seeing him used a little bit in high-end live arena here and there as well with that activate all poisons, especially given the ignore resistance that he has in his kit, as well as the Arakan Elixir Relic, right? White Queen Ancora is another fantastic single target reviver, kind of along the same tier as an Elva, right? Like we're talking A+, S-, right, category here. Very, very powerful reviver with a cleanse and a shield and a strengthened conditional, a great 3-turn revive where you're resetting their skills a la like a Godseeker Aniri. She has a great passive where she can steal CC debuffs, and then also some reset potential on, or decrease cooldown rather, on the A1. So a lot there to love about White Queen Ancora, even without Narcissus, her companion champion. Underpriest Brogni is the quintessential Grow Shield champion, right? The original in the Infinity Shield lineups. Underpriest Brogni still has utility, can still be used alongside, obviously, Titus, Wixwell type comps. And even beyond that, he's great in restrictive content, he's great in faction wars, and frankly, he's great in, even endgame content. He provides a lot. Shield, Grow Shield, block debuffs, increase attack, a lot that he's bringing to the table, along with removing buffs from enemies as well. So I like Underpriest Brogni. He also has a burn on his A1, which can serve as some damage dealing utility on your team as well. UDK, man, I think that even after all these years, even after being free in the past, I think UDK is still very, very good, especially in the arena, but he can also solo content because of his 2 passives, right? Didn't need him, allows him to easily solo content, and then Too Awesome to Die allows him to basically be one of the better, more competent tanks in PvP inside the game. There's so many different ways to build him, but the most popular, obviously, is a high resist, very, very slow as humanly possible, 2-turn stone skin build inside the arena. All right, who will we go with here out of the non-voids? It's tough. It all depends on what you need, right, guys? And as I always say, these 15x chances are far from a guarantee you'll actually get these champions. I would personally go for either White Queen or Freya, but you can definitely make compelling choices depending on where you are in your account for any of the ones that we just spoke about. Naime Spear of Nyresa is so freaking good. I'm sure I'm butchering her name, but she's an incredible defensive-based arena champion, but she can serve great utility, especially in faction wars hard mode if you're grinding grinding through Sylvan Watchers, which can be challenging as the newest faction in the game. She provides great support to your team. Block damage all over the place thanks to her passive. Great heals, ally protection, just you name it. Big shield on her A2. She can deal a little bit of damage there too. Really dynamic champion and really one of the more powerful options right now, especially in Classic Arena, to protect your team. Sophirian and Warlord. Well, Sophirian might be one of the more, desired AoE revivers and burners in the game as well. Such an amazing champion in Sophirian. Where am I going right now? There we go, Ash. There we go. Sophirian has an extra turn revive, right? And he has the burn with the burn activation on the same ability. But what makes this kit so dynamic, so incredible, is the passive, where he increases speed for each HP burn active in the battle. He can be a very competent, one of the better speed turn meter boosters, rather, in the arena out there in the game. Moreover, he's one of the more competent stone skin removers with his burn and then burn activation on the same move. Let alone in areas like Hydra Clan Boss, he's a great option because he can do some damage and also very auto battle, quick battle friendly with his revive. So Sophirian is really one of the top-notch choices, and I didn't even mention half the areas he's good. Ice Golem, Spider, you name it, right? And then we have Warlord. Warlord is still the king of resets out there in the game, is he not? Warlord has the best reset ability in the game. Now, there's ways to mitigate this now in the game, obviously Mythical Champions and even the Chronophage artifact set, but he has the turn meter depletion chance and the full skill cooldown. So a great lockout, but also a great support with his block debuff shield and a great heal on a 3-turn cooldown on his A2. Who would I would go with here? I would go with Ankara or Freya, excuse me, and I would go in a vacuum, I'd go Sophirian. I think he has a little bit more all-around utility, but Naime is very tempting, especially if you want to go ahead and work on your arena team. That's all the news for the day, guys. Thanks for watching till the end of the video. Much love, and as always, take care, guys.